Now, we've done choc chip cookies a few times on the show, but not a choc chip tart, Thomas.
I'll give you a couple of really good staple recipes. So we're actually going to make a brilliant chocolate chip cookie dough, but then we're going to make the base of a chocolate tart using that cookie dough, and then we're going to fill it with like a rich chocolate glaze in the centre.
I can't believe I have not thought about this idea because it makes sense. A choc chip dough.
Two good things together.
Exactly. Choc chip cookie dough is actually really pliable and it can be very suitable for a tart just like this.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I'll just show you my version of a chocolate chip cookie. I like my cookie to be a little bit on the crunchy side, not the sort of cakey,
chewy,
soft ones, but we'll see how we go. So the heart of the chocolate chip cookie, of course, is the chocolate. So nice irregular chunks of this would be great if you wouldn't mind chopping that for me.
And this is a little tip that you showed me many years ago. Instead of using just a chef's knife, use a serrated knife when you're chopping your chocolate because it's so much easier and you have more control over the chocolate. Look at that, so easy to do.
I find it easier that way, absolutely. So the base of the actual recipe for the cookie, unsalted butter, nice and soft as well. Add a pinch of salt to it. So season the chocolate, actually brings out the sort of flavour in the chocolate as well.
Yes.
And then 2 types of sugar to actually go into this. So the brown sugar, which has that molasses mixed into the sugar as well, brings that sort of caramel flavour and a bit of that chewiness as well.
Great.
And caster sugar.
Okay.
And this is a really good chocolate chip cookie recipe anyway. Like I always have a stick of this in the freezer.
I've been doing that lately, just making sure I'm organised in the kitchen. When you're going to make cookies anyway, almost double batch it, have some in the freezer. Exactly. And when you're craving a cookie, all you need to do is just slice them and then bake them in the oven. Very quick.
Oh, one of the most dangerous things with cookie dough is the actual cookie dough, though. Half the time, it doesn't even get baked because it's just so delicious on its own.
Now, are you happy with the chunks that I'm making? Do you want them finer?
Perfect,
okay,
absolutely.
Great.
There's no right or wrong. So the only thing is, like, you don't want it too fine because it's actually proper chocolate, not a chocolate chip per se.
We want to see it.
You want to see it. You want it to get a chunk as well while you eat it. So we just cream this up just to make it combine the butter and the sugar and sort of make it a little bit lighter as well. But you don't need to whisk this over.
Okay.
And I'm pretty happy with that. That's nice and creamy. That's ready for the egg. So yeah, if you want to crack the egg in there for me.
In it goes.
Lovely. And then we just put in the dry ingredients as well. We can go fairly straight after.
Okay.
So a little bit of baking powder and some plain flour as well.
Oh, I'll give you a little break. Just like a little one.
Thank you. Service is fantastic. There we go. And the baking powder to help to give it a bit of a lift.
Really nice. All right, might need another little spoon just to give that a bit of a work. Just grab that one for you. Scrape that down.
Nice.
There we go.
And we just sort of combine this. Lovely, thank you.
And you could do this in a stand mixer if you like, but you can see if you've got a Thomas with you, just get him to do it.
It's like therapeutic. This is me time. Making cookie.
It is fun.
And like you can put whatever chocolate pieces that you would actually like in there as well. So it's very versatile. I love this with like a sea salt caramel chocolate. So you have like little crunchy pieces as well.
I do like the 70%. It also holds its shape nicely as it cooks, so it doesn't melt into the cookie at all. You really see the big chips in the cookie.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, is like a lot of people, they resort to those baking chips and they're sort of stable when you bake it, but they just don't taste like real chocolate.
And I don't like how uniform they are. I kind of like big chunks, little chunks, medium chunks.
That's it. We're ready for all our chocolate, so we put all of that in, big bits, little bits, everything straight in.
So good.
So we just combine it. I actually go in by hand as well now.
Yeah. And does this need to rest, this dough, or can we go straight into... All right, so here's our little tart tin. What size are we using, Thomas?
Oh, this is 20 centimetres, but it really...
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, great.
There's whatever you have really works. So for this, I probably put 2/3 into this as the base, and the rest of the dough, I might get you to make a little sausage.
Oh, I'd love
put
to.
Put it in the fridge, and then we can cut little chocolate chip cookies out of that, just to decorate it as well.
Because you could cut it straight away, but it's quite soft. So you want to make sure that it firms up slightly so we get those perfect round cookies.
Exactly. So all I do is cover the base, and we want it a touch higher on the edge, because then with this, it could just make one giant cookie.
Yes.
But with a little bit of the edge, it gives us something to actually hold that chocolate glaze after, the chocolate filling.
And this doesn't need to go into the fridge to firm up at all?
No, this is ready to go straight into the oven at about 180 degrees. I'll go have a look at it in maybe 15 minutes until it starts to get sort of golden brown around the edges, and we're good to go.
Fantastic.
So for our glaze, we have the cream boiling, so we put some butter in as well.
Okay.
And just a little bit of honey.
Oh, very nice.
So that's a little bit of a nice sweet note to it. And this is such a versatile glaze. So I use that to glaze chocolate cakes. You can put it on top of muffins, chocolate drizzles, even chocolate sauce on top of ice cream.
And this just looks so good. I mean, it looks like one giant cookie, but as you can see, we've got in the Tart tin, so that's going to come out. It's just going to be perfect. And these have come out nicely too. It's been very hard to resist just a little nibble. All right.
So once that's boiling, pour it straight onto the chocolate here.
There we go.
Wonderful.
I can smell that honey with the cream, so good.
Let's give that a little bit of a whisk, and then to combine it, we actually use the stick blender just to sort of homogenise the mixture.
Great.
And we just go until it's really smooth and glossy, silky
so glossy.
and rich. So take that out, and then actually I get you to pour it on, and I come with a spoon just to sort of smooth it out a little bit.
It would be my pleasure, Thomas, to do this. Look at that. Oh, stop it.
Just a nice thin layer, and then it goes into the fridge just to set it up a little bit. Okay. Look at that.
There we go. Oh, perfect amount of chocolate and cream. There we go, so spreading that out.
And it doesn't need to have a super glossy, smooth surface.
Very nice. And like Thomas said, we've just got to wait just a little bit longer until that sets, and then we can dress it up.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard. There we go.
Oh, it's perfectly set.
Look at that nice gloss as well.
So glossy.
So we'll just, because that cookie dough, it just pops up really nice and easy.
Ooh, I got that.
Yeah, perfect, thank you. Put this on a serving platter.
Aha, I see what you're doing with those extra
Couple of the cookies on top. And a little bit more chocolate.
Fantastic.
Because it's me.
I love watching you do the final flourishes on every chocolate dessert or tart that you're making. You just make it look like it's straight from the shop.
There we go.
Oh, wow. That is such a stunning tart. The ultimate, not only choc chip cookies, but made into a gorgeous, rich tart. And because it is so rich, you only need a small amount.
Or a big amount.
I'll have a little bit of cookie. I've got to try the cookies. Oh, look at that. Crunchy. Honestly, that's a very good cookie. And I love this recipe because you've got the base, you've got the choc chip cookie dough, have it in the freezer. Whether you want to make simple cookies just like that or make it into a real showstopper like this tart, it just shows how versatile Thomas's cookie dough is. I love it.
I'm glad you like it.